There is a growing risk for a major winter storm in late November and into early December with a snowstorm, an ice storm, and a heavy rain severe weather side. And we're going to be walking you through the weather pattern as we go through the next couple of weeks to understand why we're seeing it and what we are seeing. So make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We cover Canada, the United States, and the tropics during tropical weather season. You can follow along with quick weather updates on Facebook. I'll drop that Facebook link here in the description of the video and in the comments section down below the video, so you can follow me for quick weather updates on Facebook if you'd like to do that. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, hype it. I definitely appreciate it. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful weekend out there so far. Today is Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, and looking here at the big picture, we have a trough over here into portions of the Northeast and Eastern Canada, bringing some colder temperatures but some unsettled weather. Then a big ridge in orange from the Pacific Northwest bisecting the country all the way to the southeast, giving us some quieter weather here for now and some milder temperatures. And then here's our cutoff low pressure off the coast of California, actually down here into the Baja of California, northwestern Mexico. So this is digging all the way far south, and it's picking up some East Pacific moisture, and that will be traversing eastward as we go through the weekend, through the Four Corners region and into West Texas by Monday. And that's going to be our next precipitation maker for the southern plains heading through the weekend and into early next week. So we look at that, it's already spreading moisture up into southern California, into the Baja of California, into northwestern Mexico. We do have some rain showers though across the southeast we're keeping an eye on, mainly a light rainfall event going through the weekend. And then going into Sunday, we do see that rainfall really beginning to become widespread and heavier across West Texas. Some mountain snow out here into the central and southern Rockies from Colorado down into northern New Mexico will be possible going into Sunday. And then going into Monday morning, very heavy rainfall, and this is not a setup we like to see, potentially oversaturated soils. A couple more inches of rain there from north central Texas into Oklahoma, Arkansas, and northwestern Louisiana is possible. That's something we're keeping an eye on, and we could be seeing a couple inches of rainfall in a relatively short amount of time here Sunday into Monday, and this could be over again saturated soils. Remember, north central Texas saw a widespread 6 to 12 inches of rainfall with even some flash flood emergencies just a few days ago. I do feel that this is going to potentially cause more flooding from Texas into southeastern Oklahoma, into central Arkansas, and perhaps extreme northwestern Louisiana towards Shreveport as we go from Sunday into Monday. And there is a slight risk for flash flooding from the Weather Prediction Center posting this across north central Texas into Oklahoma. So the Red River Valley from Sunday into Sunday night, and then going from Monday into Monday night, that shifts a little bit further east here, more into northeast Texas, including Texarkana, up there into portions of Little Rock, Memphis, into areas near Vicksburg, and then back into Shreveport, Monroe, Louisiana, with that slight risk for flash flooding, a marginal risk extending up toward Paducah, Kentucky, Nashville, all the way back down toward Baton Rouge and Houston. So a large area of real estate in the risk for potential flash flooding as we go Sunday into Monday. We're definitely keeping tabs on that. Now, there is a severe weather threat, not so much today, but as we go into Sunday, there's a marginal risk of some severe weather here with widely scattered severe storms across western and central Texas. And then from Monday into Tuesday across East Texas, getting into southeastern Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and into northern Mississippi, again with a widely scattered threats for severe weather. Damaging winds, large hail will be the main threats, but a couple of isolated tornadoes will be possible into early next week. Snowfall, we're not seeing a lot of it here across the lower 48 simply because our temperatures are just so warm, but the mountains out west could be seeing some lighter snowfall. Otherwise, the main snow track is likely to reside north of the international border to our neighbors to the north in Canada, and even that is pretty light for Canada. Looking at our temperatures as we expect them this weekend, mild, right? That's why we're seeing the lack of snowfall here this weekend. A lot of liquid precipitation with our cutoff low pressure down here in the desert southwest. A little bit cooler in the northeast could bring us some snowflakes, but I don't feel we're going to see a winter storm or anything like that. this weekend. Now things change. A big pattern change is in the offing as we go into Thanksgiving week. From Monday, November 24th through Sunday on November 30th, a big trough comes in across the Great Lakes and upper Midwest, and this is connected to the Arctic, folks. This is seeing blocking up here toward the Bering Strait and toward portions of northern Alaska, and then you see the colder air funneling, getting dislodged southward into the northern U.S. We are watching some ridging out west and a southeast ridge that's hanging around that's pretty pesky as well. But notice it's going to bring an active track of storms across the middle of the country. In fact, a winter storm, a major winter storm, is possible across the central U.S. to close out the month of November. So without getting into the weeds and the details right now, because we don't know exactly where this winter storm will set up, so we're not going to go in and talk about snow totals or anything like that. Just focus on the placement of the system. So as we look here at early in the week, we're going to be seeing that rain system for the most part from the Ohio Valley down here toward the Dixie Alley and the Tennessee Valley and Gulf Coast, bringing lots of heavy rainfall and some severe weather further south. Wraparound moisture could have potentially some snow showers in the Dakotas, the Black Hills region, for example, down into eastern Montana, into Wyoming as we go into Tuesday morning. Some of that snowfall wrapping into Minnesota, Wisconsin, and up toward Lake Superior as we go into Wednesday morning. And then that cold air comes in on the backside and we see strong high pressure, double barrel area of high pressure, 1029, 1030 high pressure. That is a strong high pressure system for cold air. And then our next system making its way into the Pacific Northwest after Thanksgiving by Friday, November 28th for Black Friday. And looking at the system here that potentially could be bringing us some snow as we go into the end of November, that system's making its way into the Pacific Northwest. Watch as it moves into the middle of the country. A large chunk of real estate in blue has the chance of a snowstorm, maybe with some mixed precipitation here across a narrow swath in between, and then heavy rain, severe weather on the warm side that will be likely across the very far deep south and into the southeast. But exactly where all these set up are a little bit uncertain right now, so make sure to stay tuned to the weather forecast. Here is the thought right now. A winter storm is possible between November 29th and December 4th of 2025. In the blue, that's where a snowstorm is possible. Now, we're going to narrow this down, fine-tune it as we get into the coming days. Into the pink shaded color, that is where an ice storm may be setting up. Again, this could be moving north. This could be moving south here in the coming days. It just depends on where this sets up. A little bit of uncertainty right now. We'll keep you updated. Again, you can find graphics like this on my Facebook page, so make sure, again, to follow me here with the link down below the description of the video and also in the comment section of the video. Follow me on Facebook for more of these graphics and vital quick weather updates. But again, looking at the snowfall as far as an ensemble mean is showing for right now, the best chances appear to be the northern tier of the U.S. and southeastern Canada. Could the snow line push a little bit further south than this is showing? Absolutely. Colder air sometimes does come in faster, but where it's going to be wet and it's going to be all rain, it could be heavy down here across the deep south and into the southeast. And unfortunately, in similar areas that are experiencing rain before and even this weekend could see more heavy rain as we go into the end of November. Just can't get a break out there. Looking at our temperature trends to end the month, it's going to start warm here as we go into Monday, above normal temperatures. Tuesday, same deal. Here comes the colder air across the northern and central Rockies by Tuesday afternoon. And then as we go in towards Thanksgiving, it could be a colder Thanksgiving across the central United States, colder than normal, and that's behind our first storm system. And then as we go into late November, that's going to set the foundation for the colder air to come in with our winter storm potentially for the end of the month, and that could bring in even colder air into early December across the plains and into the upper Midwest, while the eastern seaboard is warmer than normal. Now we look at the stratosphere here. A major sudden stratospheric warming event has been confirmed. This is likely to impact us as we go into the middle of the month of December. It takes about 1 to 2 weeks or so, possibly even 3 weeks to get this colder air from the stratosphere to reach the troposphere and actually impact us here in the lower 48. So as we go into the first week of December, we're noticing that showing up behind our second system. This could be our potential winter storm. The baroclinic zone is very, very narrow here, and very big temperature differences between, say, Indianapolis and Des Moines will be possible as we go go into the first week of December. And then as we go into the second week, that's going to pull Arctic and even Siberian air down into the southern portions of the Canadian prairies, but the northern tier of the U.S. as well, where we could see wind chills well below zero. And then going into the third portion of the month there, the third week, that colder air will be settling in across the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast. A little bit milder across the Gulf Coast and Southwest, with a little bit of a neutral to positive P&A down here in the Southwest. And then for Christmas, I think we start to get that really big snapback, right? After a major sudden stratospheric warming event, after you get the Siberian air to move through, there's a big snapback, rebound in our temperatures. I feel that is ticketed to happen as we go across the West, eventually oozing eastward with the warmth across the eastern U.S., getting towards Christmas and the New Year. So that will be something to monitor. But overall, as that colder air works in, the snow line will be shifting further south. So yes, we're going to see a lot of snow opportunities for the mountains out west and across the northern tier, including southern Canada as well. But the southern portions of the U.S. could also get in on the fun with the cold and snow. If you're a cold and snow lover down here in Texas, for example, the Carolinas, or along the Dixie Alley, don't lose hope. I think there are some chances as we go through the month of December, especially the middle of the month, as that Arctic Siberian air pushes south. That will push the storm track further south, and that's where we're going to get some snowfall as we get towards Christmas potentially and the New Year. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to follow me on Facebook for more quick weather updates. The link will be in the description down below the video and in the comment section down below this video as well. Follow me there for more rapid fire updates. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We cover Canada, the United States, and the tropics during tropical weather season. Like the video by giving it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, family member, social media, or any way that you can, and also hype it. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your Saturday out there.